We are finally starting the clock stream. I hope you can hear, see, and everything is running smoothly for you. And I should already not hear myself twice. That would be a wise thing, I believe. And welcome back. Welcome back to this to the new project. The 3 stars has been cancelled and removed. Now we are working with the Dark Star project. That is something for you actually. I am trying to set up yet camera. You should be able to actually see me. Yes, you should be able to see me. And I believe as long as they're in OBS, I should be able to actually be seen too. So welcome to the Dark Star. The Dark Star is going to be my new project. I do hope it's going to be the final one where I'm going to work a little bit more into my original path. That means working with the darker spirits. That means working with darker energies and teaching you about it. Because I don't really enjoy all love and light stuff. Not all beings are love and light, and not all beings, even angels, are friendly. So let's show you some real occultic lore and messages for that. I have several decks with me for today, so you could be able to actually use them or getting the divination with it. The first one is actually printed by me and created by me. It's helping to see which spirits are around, which are your spirit forms, anything you want to actually know. Here is also the Dark Light Oracle. This is a very pretty deck, I have to admit, and I will show you the deck. It has a nice booklet, small, but nice, and working. It has messages. It's very simple. I personally like the paper because it's not like typical paper. It's very nice. And we have several cards. On the reverse it looks like this. And here we have a card, actually a first card coming forward, a luck card. That is an interesting one. But I will show you the several of them actually. It will be nice. A full moon card. True love. It is represented by the females of every side, I would say. Obsession. This looks vampiric a little bit. There is also the threshold. I actually personally like this card much, it's very pretty. And this is helping to give you some sort of guidance. Memories cards too is very pretty. It is different kind of guidance, especially from the spirits. So this little box is staying here. Then we are having a Gothic Oracle. I do believe many of you may know Anne Strokes. She is having many nice images, and they were turned into actual Oracle deck. I do have also Gothic Tarot for the same series, but I'm not using it today. This is on the reverse. It's just a spool. And the cards are very different. This is the Soulbound, a female with a wolf. We have also some more cards. A Gothic Prayer, for example, for not praying. we have different fairies, different females, different beings showing here. I personally enjoy, I don't know if you can see it, but it's reflecting red color or around the cards here. It is very pretty though. There is even a dragon here, the fire dragon. Or fairies. Different kind of females coming here also. You can see even Medusa deserved a card here. So it's very pretty. This is also for giving you some sort of guidance. It also has a booklet attached to it. This one is a classical one though, and the paper is just normal paper. But something I also like is that you have a card already in color and the meaning of the card. So you can see different cards and be sure that this is a correct card. That is something not many decks do nowadays, sadly, but it's very pretty. The Oracle deck is something we will be unboxing today, so I will be going back later to it. We have also the archetypes, Wild Unknown archetype deck. This one is very untypical because it's based on Carl Jung archetypes, but it's circular. So it's a very weird one, very hard to shuffle though. On the back side, it's looking like a little diamond. And here we have, for example, archetype of a pilgrim. We have the names for them though. It's helping, definitely. Or the bardo state. Or we are having also something else, like a pot. There are different kinds of archetypes. Let me find you something pretty. I want to find something pretty. They have white images though. Let me find something. This one is pretty. The ocean. So this is helping with your shadow work. It's actually showing up. Hello, Grim Reaper, where I didn't do many streams because I was focusing on my studies, and honestly, it was a very long break, but I am getting back to normal streaming now, as I finish my studies, my classes, everything. So I will be glad to tell you that I am officially certified natural therapist and energy healer, and I can get my own studio already, though it's not in the plans for now, but I am having my certifications, I am having my papers, I am waiting actually for my papers to be delivered to me, but I passed everything and now I am back to streaming, correctly streaming. Yes, I passed my exams. Sadly, I didn't pass all of them, which I attempted to, but I passed most of them. Like, I would say 80% of the exams I passed. And it was very hard to pass the exams because to pass, you need to actually getting 80% of correct answers to pass. So this was a bit challenging, but yes, I finished my diploma paper. I had written about the subtle bodies in regards to anthroposophy and more how it affects humans, how you could use it for healing, and how you can actually try to work with them. And I passed my diploma exam too. I was having it actually this Monday. And yes, I passed it and I am done with my school. And my specialization is also in the Feng Shui. that is actually quite funny, but that was my best mark from my specializations. So the one specialization I actually took for being like, oh, whatever, I don't think anyone is doing it somewhere around, so it could be ways to try. So that was the best one so far. But yes, since this week I plan to be more active with streams, and I plan to be more active also on the social media, especially on a TikTok if you are using it, or on the Instagram. I am still on the Discord, by the way, but I am considering if I want to create yet a server for this project or no. But I also gotten some new decks and I'm trying to show them. And how are you doing, Remember? We didn't interacted also for quite a while though. And back to the topic. This is the Spirits Messages Oracle cards. And they are very simple. This is the reverse of them. And this is simply the message. So yes, you want to go ahead with the messages. You want to go ahead with reaching specific, clear messages. There is not really much of an images here. It's clear, simple text with a small image like of the sun and stars and so on. And a serpent. I like serpents. They are pretty. I don't know if many of you had a chance to see actual serpent, especially on the wild. I did. It was a very interesting experience, especially that it vanished after a blink, so I decided to remove myself from the place. But yes, back to the topic. We are going to do a little unboxing of this pretty deck here. That was my birthday present actually. And I didn't really use it yet. And also we are going to talk a little bit about the shadow work, because this is something that is coming back over and over recently. So okay, I'm trying to imagine how it looks like, especially using a laptop on the full banana boxes. That sounds actually funny. But yes, I can imagine it's a maze. I remember I was moving out on June, actually on the end of May, start of the June, and I made 3 courses with my car. I moved around 100 kilometers, so I made the 3 turns with my car to get everything there. And trust me, it was a challenge to even pack all things. I didn't even knew that I had so many things. And I throw away so many stuff too, and it's still like one huge mess. I want a picture of that. Can you send me a picture on the Discord for it? This sounds like fun. But yeah, I had this luck that the flat I actually rent is furnished, so I didn't need to use banana boxes for a table. I just had to move myself, and that was a very useful thing. Considering the price of the flat, the fact that it's fully furnished is actually really good, because I have everything, including plates and stuff like that. I even have an ironing board, iron, everything. So that is really making me happy though. It's like you just come in, place your stuff, and you are done because everything is there. You just need to unpack. But yeah, I can imagine it's a hell. It's a hell of unpacking, grabbing all of that boxes and carrying them up. At least it was for me, considering in the first go of my car I had 40 boxes packed, but they were small boxes. They were like paper boxes, because I decided that it will be easier to carry more of smaller boxes than one huge and heavy, which was wise, but you had to make so many runs because you couldn't carry up more than 3 boxes at once. So now imagine how many runs you had to do, and I'm living on the top flat, and there is no lift, so you had to run all the way up and down, up and down, up and down. That was hell for me at least. But yeah, I am still carrying sometimes some boxes from my parents when I'm coming back from visiting them, but it's mostly papers or some art stuff and these kind of things. But okay, let's move forward. Do we go to the shadow work or do we unbox? Yeah, I'm trying to check it right now on my phone because my laptop is streaming, so I will be checking on the phone. Okay, that looks quite interesting. I can imagine that, that boxes are fine. I have similar box for my cat actually. You, as long as it works, you know. I remember when I was on my studies, I was leaving because I was on the weekend studies. I was coming on Friday for classes and leaving on Sunday. I was staying on my friend's flat, and trust me, there was so little things there, and there was 8 of us there at the time, sometimes. And I still remember one time when we started making a party. I don't think it was Halloween, but something similar to Halloween, so all magic topic, everything like that. And they decided to improve because we didn't have many things, so they decided to improve. So they took off light bulb, placed it in a glass to pretend it was a divination glass or something. We were actually doing divination with a wax, so you are supposed to throw the wax over a keyhole. We didn't have a key with a hole, so they brought me a car key with a hole and stuff like that. So yeah, they were very improving. So trust me, even tables from boxes like that are fine, as long as you eat all of the bananas, though. But yeah, it is pretty setup, as long as it works. Okay, let me check the floor. Yeah, that looks like interesting lab actually. Pretty one, I would say. It has pretty colors. And as long as you are comfortable using laptop like that. Personally, I love to sitting on the bed with my laptop and having it on my lap. It's more comfortable for me, but I know it's not exactly good for a laptop. Yeah, changing color are something nice. I am having the light bulb like that, but I need to reset it because I have issues connecting it and it doesn't want to change color. So everything, if I use the light and I'm having it in the kitchen, say if I'm doing a picture and I'm losing light, everything is pink. For some reason, it stayed on a pink. So, but yeah, changing color stuff is really good. I personally enjoy it. Okay, do you want me to talk about the shadow self, or do you want me to unbox this pretty deck? I know what is inside of it, but I didn't use this deck, so it will be interesting to see. I will let you pick. Sun, Green Reaper, pick. Or some other viewer. You can also pick. There is a few persons already. Shadow work is good. Okay. Then I should start talking about the shadow work. my guys decided that it will be good for me to do some more shadow work, sadly. I am struggling with my shadow work, if I am to be honest. It's not something I enjoy doing, it's not something it's easy for me, it's usually tearing me apart, and I try to avoid it, but suddenly I need to do some of it. Apparently, I am turning more and more aggressive, and that requires me to actually do some shadow work and like let go of a few things and so on. So, what is the shadow work? The shadow work is actually I started a little bit on it. I started to talk to you about the archetype before. I will find the shadow archetype, maybe somewhere here. But your shadow is one of the archetypes Carl Jung actually described in his work. What it was doing? The shadow is something we're ignoring, something we don't want to acknowledge. Yes, that's why the shadow work is hard. This is something, usually we say that our shadow is created when we are the child, but not many are actually saying, which would be more correct, that our shadow is created where we are a child in our original life, not on the reincarnation only. But it also works for the spirits, and yes, spirits also have a shadow side, though they don't let you know it. And I can imagine why. But yes, they do have shadow side. They do shadow work. They do fix themselves if they need to. And the shadow is something which is getting created when you are created, when your soul was created. That is where your shadow is being created. And this sad shadow can follow you into every reincarnation over and over, and it will keep adding up. Because, yeah, you are ignoring it, and the more you ignore it, the more it actually wants to be acknowledged, and the more you are ignoring, it's actually coming to show up. It's trying to force you to heal, and that usually is having issues because we don't want to acknowledge it. Yes, we don't. And we're ignoring it, and we're unhappy with it. So what exactly is shadow doing? Oh, here is the shadow card. The shadow is like the side of you which you don't want. This is the shadow card here. The shadow. You don't want it. Why you don't want it? Let's imagine you were a child and you wanted a toy, and your parents decided that you don't deserve the toy, and they tell you that. This is when you get hurt, because you are getting hurt with it, with this behavior. And then once you are hurt, you are trying to do everything for your parents to actually think that you deserve it. This is the way you are trying to actually do it. So what it have to do with the channel? The more you are trying to do it, the more you push this negative energy down and down. You are trying to ignore the fact that you are not feeling safe, that you are feeling like you are not understood by your parents, that you are actually hurt by their words, and you are ignoring it. And once you ignore it, you push it down, 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 down to that shadow, which is like, okay, I am wounded, but I am not going to show you that I am wounded. I will keep moving forward, and I will ignore it. And then the next time somebody you want something, you are going to think twice before saying it aloud because you don't want the story to repeat. And it's coming over like this over and over. Some are locking even parts of themselves. Some are locking memories. So when you are going over a trauma, at some point you might have pushed it back to your shadow. When you were actually being hurt or having a heartbreak, and you are trying to heal but you can't. You are pushing it into your shadow at some point. There are many reasons why we are pushing things down. We don't want to remember, we don't want to acknowledge them. Some people are scared of their darker side. Some people are scared of the lighter side. But usually people are scared of the darkness. And they are not very happy with it. So what they do? They lock this side of themselves in the shadow. So your shadow is full of the hidden gems. Your shadow is full of power. It is full of your abilities, because some even hide abilities there. Why? Because they were born in human families which were actually Christian, or maybe they are Muslim or something, and the child is manifesting powers like divination or knowledge or something their families don't want them to have. So the child learns to actually lock this away because it upsets the parents. They don't want to upset the parents. So they are ignoring it over and over. And by doing it, they are hurting themselves. So there are abilities which you might uncover there if you decide to actually follow through. There are also some different things you might want to manifest. So the more we are digging up into our shadow, the more we are actually trying to bring forward this positive side of ourselves. The more we acknowledge ourselves, the more we are becoming one with ourselves. So whenever we are trying to manifest it, whenever we are trying to bring positive energy, or whenever we're trying to actually heal, we are bringing it forward. Or also, psychology is claiming that the shadow is more of our unconscious mind. And it's correct, because we are not often aware of our reactions. We are not often aware why we react a specific way. And we need our shadow to show us this, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to actually say or heal it. We need to understand the root of the issue first. So what does it mean? It means that we are slowly becoming one. We are slowly healing. But for doing it with our shadow, it's a little tricky, because how do we even know where to start? Many people, there are many methods of dealing with the shadow. We'll be also discovering for a while different topics related to the shadow self. This is something I plan on talking first. So what does it do? How do we start with the shadow? When we want to start with our shadow, the first thing we do is focusing on this lifetime. It's focusing on our inner child. And it's also focusing on bringing this energy forward. We need to start with our inner child first. How do we do it? You can imagine or meditate upon seeing yourself as a child, a newborn child, and see what this newborn child needs. Give it to it. It needs love, it needs safety, it needs food, it needs to feel loved or being in a family. These are the feelings. You are mostly focusing on the feelings. So once you are actually focusing on them, you are bringing them to this child. And you keep moving year after a year after a year. You could also keep moving towards specific memories you might have, which you were hurt, which you know you were hurt, which you know that were painful for you. So you can try to actually talk with your inner child. This is not something which is taking a snap of a finger like that and that's done. This is something which requires you of constant work to acknowledge these wounds, to make your inner child safe. You can move forward to your inner teenager, to your inner adult. You can keep moving year by year by year until you reach now time. you need time for actually developing it. This is a good start for anyone. Then, if you want to, you could also focus on specific topics. You could try to journal them. You could try to journal your mind about them. You could do meditations. Personally, I would suggest for you to do some past life regressions, because this is also helping you to understand where your shadow is coming from at the start. What else? You could do meditations. You could do some more working in regards to that. You could do rituals. You can try integrate the shadow self. You could also try to bring forward different healing methods. The therapies are good for it. The shadow work is also used in some therapies, and even psychology is using it. So this is why the shadow is important. There are different topics for the shadow self, and I will be exploring them more in the next streams too, because I want to focus on them, not only for you but also for myself a little bit, so I could actually help you better. You could do integration rituals, you could heal your shadow, you could talk to your shadow, even you can summon your shadow. I am pretty sure you could find some website which gives you even incantations or meditations for that. One meditation I personally enjoy is a meditation where you are focusing on your heart chakra, going down there and finding a place. Usually it's looking like a home or a castle or a cave, but any place where you feel safe. Usually it's a home in the forest for most of the people. And in this home you can either see different forms of you sitting there, or you can go into different rooms depending of the person too, but you are opening one door where is your shadow. You can actually talk to it, and it can also teach you and show you these painful memories, the memories you might not be aware of. So once you are focusing on this lifetime and you are moving forward from it, you might want to actually try going into other lifetimes. Spiral down, 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 until you reach finally your original lifetime. And then this is why the past life regression is useful. And then you are going to look towards what exactly is the reason for your shadow to be created. What exactly is harming you? What are the triggers? The more you are actually looking into your past lives, the more you are noticing some specific lessons you are supposed to work with, the more specific lessons you are supposed to discover, learn, and the patterns. The patterns are something which is happening over and over in your life, and the more it is coming forward, the more it's actually repeating itself, because it's not a lesson you had learned yet. So it helps you to understand the lessons, it helps you to understand the issues. So that's generally how to work with your shadow. For today, we're going to just go into some basics of it, because I want to actually make it simpler for the start. We'll be going into different challenging topics in regards to the shadow yet. Do you have any questions in regards to the shadow? Anyone with the questions talk, and in return you are going to getting an archetype rate, which archetype you should be working on, and maybe a message from the spirit. It would be nice to actually do some divination. I didn't start it on that yet. Okay, if no one is having questions, then I will be just pulling some collective rate for that. Which shadow site I should be working on in the next week? That will be wise to know. Let's see, one more. I think we'll be having a small break with an advertisement for some of you. So let me know if you don't hear me or see me. I don't know how this advertisement looks like for you. But there are advertisements here, yes. Okay, so we are going to go with some messages for all of you, for the collective. The most affected lifetime form is Undine. What is Undine? Undine is an elemental spirit of water, which is actually funny because water is connected to emotions and to healing. So, this card is showing that this lifetime, you might have had a lifetime where you were a mermaid, Undine, or a siren, or a water elemental spirit. It might be simply your form, which is also one of these, which is affected by, and this happens. You might have reincarnated there, maybe it's your natural form. This is not something I know. This is just a card to show you that Undine or the emotional side of you is deeply affected by it, so it would be wise to actually work on it. There are two cards with the archetypes. The first one is the forest. So this is the nature. How you feel around nature. How you are working with the nature. The nature is something which is affecting you, but you are also part of it. You are part of the animal kingdom too, even as a human. So, do you actually remember how to interact with an animals? How do you feel when you are in the forest? Because all of this is calling to your forest side. This is the more natural one, the more elemental one. I even want to say that this is your fairy side, and even Undines can be also a part of fairies because they're elemental spirits. Fairies are also elemental spirits. So it's all of the animal side. It is not your inner beast though. This is something else. This is actually the side of you which is connected to animals. Go to the forest and ground yourself. Once you are grounding yourself, you may want to actually come forward. You may want to actually look for this side of you, the connection to the Gaia, the connection to the earth. This is all coming here. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about being one with the earth itself? Do you often even meditate with it? Do you see your human side? Because this is something which seems to be very important for you to work upon. The other archetype is also very nature connected because it's the shaman. So I found it very funny to actually pick two of them. The shaman is healing. The shaman is working with the nature. The shaman is working with the Gaia. The shaman is here to bring forward your connection to Gaia forward. This card is also showing that you are one with the earth, but also with the universe. You are the guide to heal. You are the guide to bring forward these energies here to help Gaia, to help yourself, to help others. So this shamanic natural working is something you are being called to bring forward. If you can look, there are different gemstones, there are different animals, there are hands helping, and this is also coming inside of the cosmos because we are a part of the cosmos, and the shaman is here to bring this cosmic energy towards more positive attitude too. And then we're also getting um, the message from the spirits. Let go of the old and make way for the new. You may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. Don't allow yourself to be governed by them. Simply observe and choose to take aligned actions and choices. This is your message. So it's very clear. Let go of the negative things. Let go of it. Bring forward this positive trait. There is something new coming forward. So connect with the nature, connect with Gaia, connect with yourself. Work on this connection because it will bring you something you are not expecting. But it will help you in the longer run. So this is something you might want to actually do. Now, we are going to more funny part, I believe. We are going into unboxing. So, this is the deck I received for my birthday. This is the Goracle. And this came with several things, including the mat. The mat I have here, I have actually made cards on it, but I will show you this. The mat is, let me show you more light towards it. This is the Goracle. You see the place for cards. It's on the top, it's on the bottom, and the name of it. You might not see it, but there are different markings on it, and this looks very pretty. So yes, this is the mat. I am going to use it mostly for keeping my cards over here because it's more fun. But we are also going into unboxing because this is not just a deck. There are several things with this, just a deck. And Green Pearl, what are you thinking of? This needs to be thinking. This is an interesting box because how the hell you open it? Now, here we open it. We are having an unboxing. It is saying, with the inevitability of a tongue returning to probe a painful tooth, we come back and back and back again to our fears, seeking to talk them over with the eagerness of a hungry man before a full and steaming plate. Cliff Baker. Now we are having a booklet. The booklet is simple, it's having different kind of paper too. And we are having introduction. Explore your darkness to find your source of light. That's interesting. So, in the box, we are supposed to have cards, coin, and dice. There are different spreads: holistic, predictive, crossroads. And the cards have descriptions for upright and reversed, which is interesting. Some have numbers, some have words set up, and there is even a storytelling game with these cards. That's interesting. I wouldn't use actually divination stuff for a game though, but it's interesting. That's for sure. Well, let's see what's there. I will change with you, Grim Reaper, because I am feeling so tired on the last days that I don't really want to bother with anything. Yeah, I have the I Ching deck too, but this one is something else entirely. I will show you the cards in a moment, because it's very interesting cards. I'm just going to show you the back of the cards. This reminds me of a horror movie called Saw, so maybe that's why. But we're having also the dice and the coin. We're having the coin. It is red, and it's having numbers from 1 to 12, and a mind and a heart. That's interesting. I think you can actually use it for yes or no, or maybe if you should. Yeah, they are wicked. You will see how the cards look like. But the coin is very different. It's not like yes, no. It is more like listen to your mind or heart kind of stuff. I'm not sure what the numbers are doing though. We'll see. And then we're having the dice. The dice is having different stuff. It's like stop, splash, something else, mind, some weird animal, like a bull. Different, right? So yeah, this dice is weird. And the coin is weird though. They even have a specific case on the box because the box is having this. So yes. Yeah, it is nice. But coins like this packs. But now let's see the images on it. The images are creepy. But I do enjoy creepy. As literally murdering person. This one is the penetrated. Like literally somebody places a hand inside of the body. The poisoned. The betrayed. That reminds me of a Caesar though. Yeah, the images are really nice. They are also, the cards are having numbers, and some cards have this weird stuff like the dice. Yeah. I'm looking for something creepy though. The sacrifice. It even is a card of sacrifice. Somebody more than somebody else. I'm trying to look for something. The Death Pact. Like they are making a pact by holding the intestines together and binding them. Depressed. Somebody's quit. This is not a tarot, this is Oracle. So there isn't really tarot cards there. I am trying to look for something which could be the devil, maybe the Executioner. There's also the Unlucky and Death. This one is fine. They're creepy, I will admit. The Unknown. Oh, this is going to be my favorite card. Can you guess the name? It's called Bluff, literally. There's also Bomb. Oh, and there is even Brain. And the Heart. These cards are weird. The Lungs. The Raptured. It's exploding into nothingness. This is funny. I know that I am weird, but I personally enjoy horror movies because they are funny. The Bereaved. That's an interesting one. They are very literal, the open heart. Honestly, I think they will be very good for cursing people. Just pick random cards and try to manifest this happening to them. Could be painful though. That will be my card, the Survivor. Just impaling everyone on the sword. Well, they are words, but Reaper, do you want to be a test subject of using this? I'm going to go with the instructions and follow. Yeah, but the impaling is for Survivor. Okay, let's see what the booklet says. How to use it. Reading in verses is an important aspect of this deck. For most of the cards, the upright reading represents some harsh news or difficult scenario you might not want to hear. But when the card arrives inverted, the effect and the representation are reinterpreted into a positive spin on that same scenario. So that's unlike in Tarot, I would say. Hello, Light Seeker. And let's continue. Descriptions for each interpretation can be found in the card descriptions. Okay, additionally there are two different types of cards, base numbered and the accent unnumbered cards. The unnumbered accent cards do not have the definite meaning of their own. They instead provide clarity on the cards that come before or after them depending on their orientation. Okay, that is a good thing. So we have some clarification cards. I guess these are these words, the mind, the lungs, and stuff like that, which are similar to the dice. The coin, similar to the special cards, are the accompanying coin. Its two faces, the brain and the heart, represent the same elements found on the corresponding cards. It can be used to help you make a decision between an analytic and emotional choice, but it can be also used to chart the shuffle deck before your reading. If the answer you seek are emotional in nature, lay the coin on the deck with the heart side touching to the cards. If it's an analytical question, you have to use the brain side. That sounds simple. Would be fun to use though. The dice. The dice also has iconography matching the accent cards. Use it when a reading is hard to interpret, as it will help you find what you seek in lieu of drawing accent cards. Okay, let's go. Dream Reaper, you are getting and read. I don't know these cards we're going to shuffle. We are getting started. Okay, we are having one card with the numbers this time. Let's see if I can pull you also a coin. The coin goes with a heart. The heart is touching the card. And with a dice, the dice is stop. So we'll look for the stop card, I guess. Okay, I guess this one is the closest one. So we have two cards, heart and a stop. Let's see how it goes for it. This is interesting. 33. Your number is 33. Do you like 33? The Bereft. Upright. A strong piece of yourself has gone missing. Whenever through the death or divorce you feel abandoned and forgotten, like you were never valued to begin with, try to find a new value in yourself. That is the message for you. Now, your accent card helping you to clarify is the Strangled. This is the revered. It's the first card. And this is the clarification card, the Strangled. The clarification card goes as: your creativity and freedom are being stifled. Meditate on your responsibilities and find the ones that are negatively affecting you. Think about ways that you can re-envision these responsibilities into activities that help exercise your creativity. You need a grounding presence as you have lately become untethered. It's time to stop floating and find an anchor to tie yourself to. A plant needs roots to grow. Find your soil. Yes, I guess. It was about listening to your emotions, considering it was not the brain touching the card, but the heart. So I believe that you are going, uh, my dear Grim Reaper, you are supposed to actually meditate. Find what you are missing in yourself. Find why you are feeling abandoned, forgotten, and not being valued. Let on start. And then try to fix it because it's restricting you. You are restricting yourself. You are trying to break free from it, but you are restricting yourself. You need to meditate and find your connection. And what I do believe you might want to do is find your original home, connect to it, and balance with it. Balance with your family because it's going to help you actually to ground yourself and to work more truly to it. This is something new. And yes, I believe these cards are pretty correct. I don't know. Do you find them correct? This is a question to you because, as I said, I never looked for this deck. I might actually pull one for the collective. Let's see what collective needs to do. This will be fun though. Maybe you should get it. I will send you the name of it later on the Discord. It's pretty, I have to say. Yes, I personally enjoy the fact it's very bloody and that's a very brutal deck, I would say. And yes, then the so gory is literal name the Goracle, so it fits to my taste too. I see our tastes for the cards are similar quite. Now let's see for the collective. Interesting. Okay, let me show for the collective. Okay, the collective is getting mined actually. Interesting. And some white icon we are going to look for. This is definitely a deck I am going to use more often. Well, I don't need to having Moon in Scorpio for that, you know. I just personally like everything gothic and dark, so... I'm trying to find the clarification card for this. Let's see if I find it. Is this one? No. Okay. Let's see. I need to learn to divinate more with it though. It's not Lynx, it's the heart. Interesting. Okay, I found the clarification card, and I also found out that the dice is having exactly the images of the accent cards, so like heart, brain, lungs, and so on. That's also interesting card. Now, what we have for the collective? For the collective, we are having the open mind, and the open mind looks like this. Literally open mind, I will admit. It's very literal deck, which is even more funny. Okay, my dear collective, we're going with the open mind. This card represents your creativity, your ideas, your imagination, your plans for the future. Alongside the other cards, it can also represent that the threats or targets of the other cards are all imagined. The effects they cause might be real, but the source of the power is in your head, and not in the physical will of the others. That actually explains why we have gotten brain from the coin. That really fits. And then we're having the heart. Let's see. The heart. The next card you draw must be interpreted through a lenses of matters of the heart. That includes romantic relationships, wants, urges, and desires. If this is the first card drawn, invert and draft again. Well, this is not the first card. We had also this open mind. And open mind in regards to the heart, which is interesting because everything else is showing the brain. So these are the emotional effects. So your emotions are inside of your head. Your targets, your wishes, everything is inside of you, everything is imagined. And as long as you focus on the emotions to be your source of the power inside of your head, then you will be able to manifest whatever you want. And that's so far to the collective. I do feel like I need to spend more time with this deck though. It's interesting. It is having also specific spreads. That will be something for the next time, I believe. It is mostly to help you actually deal with issues. That would be nice. Grimmer, please remind me later to send you the name of it. I am thinking that you are going to get that deck. And I should pack it for now. But it's definitely a pretty deck. Definitely something to use. And it have a nice box. Because the box is literally locking like this. Not possible to rip it down. This would be nice. Okay. Let's go more into readings. A spirit message for the collective. That will be a wise one, I believe. For the next week. Actually, I have a better idea. Just for the collective, I will let you draw a little bit. Just a second, somebody is typing to me. You can pick Gothic Oracle or Dark Light Oracle. Which one? Okay, I guess we'll go with the Dark Light then. Yes, well, you can pick or I will pick. Doesn't matter. It is either this or this. Pick one of them. And I will just... okay, Dark Light. I will be back in a second. I will just pick one thing. And... don't worry, I will be back. And I am back. I am getting the camera show back. Yes. Yeah, that I can agree with. It is also pretty deck, so don't worry. I'm just going to do it for the messages, but yes, that sounds like a metal band. Actually, it reminds me of some songs. Okay guys, we are getting to let you pick one of the three places. Either you can pick the Black Rose, or you can pick the Moonstone, or you can pick the Pyramid. So these are three piles over here. Moonstone, Black Rose, and the Black Pyramid. And I'm going to throw messages for each of the pairs. No, not Polish song, no. The last Polish song I was listening to was my friend in work making actually fun of some dialect. I generally was born in different part of the Poland than her, so my dialect is a little different. And I can understand it and speak it. She doesn't, so we sometimes throw at one another different songs for making fun of it. But no Polish songs like that, trust me. Azzy. I am sorry, Azzy is trying to be a naughty cat. And I will start with the first pile. The first pile is a Moonstone. So if you pick this little Moonstone, I am going to go with the pile for it. We are having the card of Earth, the Seed, the Queen, and a message from the Spirits. So if you had picked up this pile, first of all, you are going to work with a seed. What is the archetype of the seed? This is everything you had been planting. This is everything you had been trying to work upon. This is also everything you are currently taking. Where you are taking it because you already planted the seeds. They had been growing, and now is the time to reap the results. You get what you place in the earth. So you are literally gaining what you are working for. You are supposed to connect with this side of yourself. You are supposed to work on this dark energy. Azzy, I am sorry. 1 second. Azzy is trying to be naughty cat. And you are working on planting more things. You are being the creator here. You are creating what you want to achieve, and you are achieving it by literally planting the seeds. You are taking care of them. It is like with every plant. You are taking care of them. You are working on them. And yes, things are changing for you. So now is the time to actually get these rewards. Plant something and get the reward. And yes, the Void Cat is living with me, and the Void Cat soon wouldn't be the only cat I own. So it is going to be even more fun, but I will be back to that topic after I finish here. The seeds are what you are trying to manifest. Try to find yourself being that seed. Try to look upon what you are manifesting yourself. Try to see what you are, how you are growing, what you are, because you are also a seed. And the more you interact with yourself, the more you are focusing on yourself, the more you are actually bringing this seed into a plant. Do you know how the flower of life is working? Everything is starting with a little seed which is spreading up and up and up. So if you want to actually focus, try to look for the seed of life. This is the seed inside of you. You are the seed, so you need to actually start working on it. Then the other energy here is a queen aspect. I don't think it's a queen like you are to own the earth or anything like that. No. In fact, it's more like you are being told that you can own your own life. Considering I literally picked the moonstone for that, that will be interesting, but you will see in a moment why. The moon energy is strong, yes. The moon energy is good for divination, by the way. But the queen aspect and the queen energy is like you are the queen of your own life. You are this feminine creator, because the female side is supposed to actually bring forward this positive energy, is supposed to bring forward life. The females create life. They give birth to new life. And literally, this is what this message is about. You are to bring forward this new life, these new things for yourself. You are being manifesting them. So start being this queen. And the message from the dark light, even more funny, is literally earth. You gain what you work for. So I will read this message first, because I believe it's very similar to what I just said before. Message. Dreaming can be very pleasant and insightful, but you only dream and never take concrete action. You will never turn this dream into reality. There is no place like home, but a warm, comfortable, sweet home will not pop up by magic alone. It takes hard work. Now is the time to root your ambitions into the ground and go for them. Do not wander in chimeric fancies. Engage a pragmatic mind. Develop a visionary plan. What is this what you want to build? What is it that you want to gain? How much money do you want to earn, and what will you do with that money? Material abundance can be yours, but only if you give yourself the means to make it happen. Keywords: home, money, land, material possessions, nest, gain, way back home. Affirmation. I am willing to turn my dreams into something real and measurable. I want abundance and I want money, and I am ready to do whatever it takes to bring them into my life. So this is like a little summary. Like this earth is a summary of what I just said. And interestingly, it is having a message for I can bring you home, but you need to start working on that. So if you're looking for this, this is your message. At least this is a message for me. And then there is a little message from the spirits. Instead of pushing yourself so hard, stop, breathe, and reevaluate. You are doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. Don't wear yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It is not worth it. Balance your time more wisely. So this is also a message literally saying to be more balanced, to be more focusing on rest and work, but also be more logical. This was a very clear message for me. Be more logical, focus on things, and manifest them. Work on achieving them, but don't drain yourself by just focusing on this. You need also rest. And magic needs time to work. Now we are getting the black rose. If any one of you picked this black rose, it is pretty one. We are getting another message. Consuming art. The temple hybrid. What the black rose is mentioning is the temple. What is an aspect of a temple for you? What is literally a side of you which is represented by a temple? Sorry, I need to drink because my voice is dying out. The temple comes when you need to see yourself as a holy being. Why a holy being? Because your body is your temple, but it's not the body alone. Your soul is holy. Your soul is something pure light. Your soul is here to help you. But you are your own temple. You need to start treating yourself like it. You need to start behaving like this temple comes not from outside but from the inside. You are being called to bring this temple. You are being called to find this place deep inside when you are being your own power. It will be a wise thing to actually work towards this. It will be a wise thing to try to look for your inner power, for your light inside, for this, how you can manifest things for yourself and the others, because they are waiting there. Cottage Country, yes you could, please follow me, and then I will be doing the reads after I finish these 2 piles, okay? Thank you. Give me a moment, I will finish 2 piles for the collective, and then I can do your read. You can type the question if you want. So what is the hybrid card here? The hybrid card is a mix. So what I am picking up is the mix of the human self and the mix of your original self. You are being mixed here. You are mixing your own power with the human power. You are being here to experience this mixture. It is not just you are yourself. You are more than that. You are expanding. You are trying to bring forward this energy. And you are also bringing this positive attitude here. And then we are having a message of consuming art. Express or die. She's looking like a very thin angel. She's looking sad and binded. The roots are literally binding her here, as you can see. But she needs to express herself. She needs to express whom she is. And she's also bringing forward this message of, I need to be myself no matter what happens. I will die if I am not myself. And this is also bringing art forward. So find this inner temple, your inner power in the art to mix it, bring it forward. Now I will read you a message from the consuming art. My soul is filled with a deep music. I wish my body was a harp that I could play endlessly on. I wish my blood contains rivers of heavenly sounds. But my body is just a body, and my blood is just a red water. Ideas and visions inside my heart, inside my head, are consuming me. They long to find their way in the world. I guess it's the same for you. Your inner creativity needs to be expressed in the outer world, or else it will consume you. You have a vision, don't let it stagnate into your cells. Surrender to your artistic calling. Don't repress your inspiration, let it flow freely out of you. Keywords: inspiration, ideas, inner creativity to offer to the world, need to live for the sake of art, but also a painful frustration. Affirmation: I no longer want to live an artistic frustration. I choose to listen to my inspiration. I respect and express the artistic impulses I feel inside. So I do believe this temple of the consuming art is literally mentioning for you that you are supposed to bring this temple, this power, this holy you outside by creating an art, connecting to your site with an art. This could be also something helpful to bring this connection between human and the spirit. And now I will also read you last message from uh, from the card. Just give me a second. One second, because somebody is asking me to share this stream and I will just share it with them. And this is the last message for this pile. Let go of the old and make a way for the new. You may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. Don't allow yourself to be governed by them. Simply observe and choose to take aligned action and choices. So what I am finding here is very, very simple. You are supposed to make something new. You are supposed to move forward what you experienced already, and you are supposed to create an art to help you make everything flow the way it's supposed to. Now that was the rose, and we are going into the final pile for this little pyramid. And Cottage Country, you can write your question. I will do it after this pile is done. So the aspect we are supposed to work on is the king. This is the representation of an emperor in tarot, I believe. So this is the masculine side. This is the side which is bringing forward this power. This is the authority we're having over our lives. This is the authority of this of our father, of our brother, of the male in your life. But you also have a masculine energy. Every single being is created from both feminine and masculine energy. So you do have this energy deep inside. You might be female, but you might not feel it, but you still contain it. So this will be a good time to connect to this emperor, to this masculine authority in your life, because this is something which is happening here for you. You are supposed to work on it to find this in your life. Then we're having a card, Gods of the Moon. This is why Grim Reaper I said is going to be funny. Because when I first looked upon this card, I was seeing hybrid, which is a queen and the god of the moon. But then I was told to separate it in the three piles. So gods of the moon is related to emotions. Moon is connected with the feminine energy. And now we're having a king, a god of the moon who is a male. And yes, they are male gods of the moon. There is Gabriel as an archangel. There is also Sin, who is a Sumerian god of the moon, the creator of the moon, actually, in the Sumerian. So yes, this will be a good time to learn their authority, how they hold the authority, with both understanding the emotion and the mind, with both being authoritative but understanding. This is something you might need to want to learn because it's going to help you on the longer term. But also, it is a message to bring forward that this masculine side doesn't mean that you are emotionless, because you are going to have emotions. You are having emotions, and even the males have emotions. So you can be both emotional and logical, emotional and authoritative, depending on the need. And then we're having the card of the blessings. So literally, blessings coming forward. If you bring this balance between this energy of an authority and emotions, you will find your blessings. You will find something you are struggling with. You are going to find something which is very positive for you and come forward with it. You are right to have faith, for your prayers have been heard. I am the fairy of blessings, and I come to you with my magical gem to tell you that these things will be easier from now on. I will watch over you and protect you. I will make sure that no one nor nothing can hurt you. In exchange, please welcome me by continuing the blessings you already have in your life. Connect yourself to what you have, not what you want, not what you lack. Here are my little wings flying around. And just open your soul to even more blessings coming your way. Keywords: faith, sweet presence, counting blessings. Affirmation: I count my blessings and I forget what I am missing. I follow my faith and learn to welcome any events as true blessings in my life. And then we are having the last card. This card is saying, where you are right now is where you are supposed to be. Don't compare yourself to the others. That only adds pressure. Take each day as it comes and for what it is. You are a better person than you were yesterday. Grow isn't easy, but you have got it. So this is the message for the three piles. Pick whichever one you feel fine with. And now, Cottage Country, I'm calling to you so I can do your reading. Where is the Cottage Country? I cannot do the reading without knowing somebody's question or what they want me to check. And here we have a little pyramid too. Okay, tell me a question and I can tell you the next. Let me reading to know more. Yes, I can try that, but okay, then let me get a deck for that. Just give me a second. I will get a deck for love stuff because it will be easier. Okay, I am back and let's do your read. Okay, so in regards to your question, um, this sounds like some huge roller coaster coming here, at least from the cards. What we're having is literally that you two are somehow obsessed towards one another, codependent, and there is a blockage in regards to that. So your relationship is not growing as it was supposed to because there is a blockage, and the blockage is caused by you being uh, depending of one another very much. So it's as much as it sounds like some safe place, it doesn't mean so because you are literally clinging to one another without really realizing your emotions or working on your traumas and triggers. Yes, you two could be happy together. There is a possibility of even being engaged at some point and be feeling really nice and being able to talk to one another and so on. This is more like a friendly behavior, like you are my best friend, I understand you, I am feeling safe with you, and everything is looking nicely. But it's not really helping your relationship because you two are not exactly meant to be with one another yet. It's more like you are triggering one another and forcing yourself to heal. You are bringing this healing to one another. But for now, there will be some changes happening. There will be some growth, there will be something ending, and it will force you to heal, to make the choices which are more healthy for both of you, to focus more on yourselves, to focus more on self-love, self-care, feeling happy on your own without the other person. But this other person is not going to leave forever. It's more like they will be there more on a friendly terms, so you both could actually heal and focus on this self-care in order to bring the shift forward, because otherwise you are not really doing much work on it and it's not really helping you. For now, if you two would want to come back to one another, it will just cause frustrations and actually causing issues of fear, jealousy, and making more triggers. So it is easier to actually be focusing on one another, on ourselves, and trying to focus on the self-love in order to actually prevent it from happening. Then there is coming a card as the final card for what is going to happen is a wedding ring. So this is a union, soul connection, and a promise which is coming forward. So you, to be together, you need to actually heal, and you both need to heal. Otherwise, it's going to cause issues. And I also picked another deck just to verify this one. And it's even more interesting because this deck literally broke forward several cards. So you are fine together. You do empower one another. You are really committed to one another and being a helpful person to one another, like a close friend, and bringing the strength to the other person whenever they need it. But there is longing of some kind. There is you are both connected on the spiritual level. There is some sort of an soul ties between you. There is some sort of bond which is triggering you both, and which is forcing you two to coming back over and over. So you are longing towards that. You both are longing towards that, but there is some separation which needs to be done for the reunion to happen. It will force you to go out of the comfort zone, out of this clinging to one another, and triggering you in order to heal, because you need to heal. And you need to break this pattern of clinging and not being able to do anything with the other person. You need to be on your own too and be fine with being on your own. Otherwise, you are going to regret it and avoid any changes. So, this separation is caused for you to be able to actually trigger and move forward and don't regret whatever you are doing, because you are going to avoid one another if things go too weirdly, and it's not going to help you. That's why you are being separated before it happens. But the last card is literally showing home, commitment, family. So again, the previous deck was literally a wedding rings. Now we are having the commitment, family, and home. So this is going to be positive ending. But for now, you need to focus on yourself and bring this happiness to yourself, to be able to be happy on your own, because otherwise you two don't feel like you deserve one another, and you are creating just more blockages than needed. But that was my message to you. I hope it helps you. Does it? You're welcome. Okay guys, do you have any more questions for me today? Because if not, then my voice is dying and I'm dying. It's very late for me, so I would rather get to bed. I am up for suggestions when you want me to do my streams, in which days or hours. I might try to adjust for that. And for today, I will wish you sweet dreams and enjoy your time. And see you around. I will be back. Yes, the grandpa? Which question do I have? I will be answering it. About Ningal. 1 second. I need to remind myself what the spirit is. I know he's Sumerian, but I don't remember what exactly he's god of. This is a goddess, okay. I honestly don't know anything. I didn't really dig up to connect with her or anything like that. I know she existed, but I didn't really look upon her. Why? You plan on working with her or anything? I didn't really try to even connect to her, to be honest. I see that she is mother of Utu. I did connected to Utu before, or his also known as Shamash. But I didn't really worked much with her, or even called upon her at this point. Do you want me to do another stream in topic of Sumerian gods? Maybe that would be something interesting for the next time. Okay, please remind me on the Discord, and I'm up for when you want that stream. Like hour the day or something. I usually can't do the stream late on week time, but on the weekends I can. But today was very challenging day, so I need some sleep. It was nice to see you guys, and I will be back to streaming the next time. I will see you around. Good night.